All right, golfers, we're on level 4 speed training. So you've been training now for 3 months. It's time to do one more really hard month, and then we're gonna see where you're at. After this month is a time to start kind of assessing what you need to poke at in terms of maybe your individual power leaks. And that's where it's time to send us a video and we start getting you an individual plan to really tune in your training, okay? But we have one more month that is gonna work great for almost everybody. It's gonna really accelerate what we've done with hand speed, arm speed, torso turn, using the ground well. It's a lot of different factors that we're working on now. So let's start out with one that is not new. You should have done your warm up by now. Always make sure you warm up first. We're gonna do our torso turn. So we're gonna load up the Rypstick. I haven't done it yet, but you get the idea. Load it up, make sure you get the counterweight and all the weights in. We're gonna go like this, 10 seconds, burn out as hard as you can back and forth. This is a thoracic spine or upper chest rotation move, so it looks like this, 10 seconds. There we go, and you can really feel your abs contracting. There's a lot of muscles in there that are firing really hard, and those are so important for golf. All right, so we've done that. We're gonna rest now. I think you should rest 30 seconds between sets, and then do it again, and we're gonna do 3 sets of that. So that's a really taxing one. There's some aerobic activity going on. That's why we keep it to 10 seconds, so that you don't burn yourself out too much and turn it too much aerobic. All right, next exercise is gonna be the hand and wrist movements, and this is just like what we did in level 3 as well. So you're gonna hold it out. Now you can do this again, load it up with all the weights, or you can do it with no weights. You decide what seems appropriate for you. I'm gonna try it today without any weights, see how it looks. So I'm gonna go back and forth, trying to keep my hands stable and go as fast as I can for 10 seconds. You can see I can actually make the club swish a little bit, which is great. Good. So now I'm gonna rest. This one's not as taxing, but you're gonna feel your hands a little sore as you do it. And now we're gonna go ahead and do left-handed. Switch my grip around, same thing. A little harder for me. There we go, 10 seconds. So this time we're gonna do one more set, righty, lefty, and then we move on to our first exercise. So our swings for the day, we're gonna add a new one, and this is one arm swings. Now, the one arm swings we're gonna do, we're gonna always start dominant, and I want you to start out, again, no weights. Make sure the counterweight's out of there, and they're gonna look like this. Get my radar turned on. I'm gonna do just right arm swings, and let that thing fire. And what we find is that some people aren't using one arm very well. They don't have a whole lot of speed with it. This is a great exercise for those people. So if we notice a big weakness here, you should be working on it. So let's see how I can do it with just my right hand. Now the first couple, I recommend going pretty smooth with. And then as you get into it, you can start ripping it a little bit more. So I did 3, I'm gonna go left-handed. Much slower, a lot harder for me to get lag. A little quick on that one. Record it. All right, now I'm gonna add a weight. Now, one thing to think about is if your hands or wrists are weak, or you're worried about maybe injuring anything, you can avoid this exercise. For most people, it's fine, but you don't have to go through all the heavy weights if you don't want to.
78.
You're gonna feel this one arm that you're using getting a lot of energy going through it.
78. 69.
All right. So I'm gonna do one more weight. I'm not gonna go to 3 weights. I'm gonna go, again, no weights, 1 weight, 2 weights, right through my routine. And you notice I'm not doing any backhand swings like this.
64.
There's maybe some reason to believe that for some golfers that's good, but I am worried about the shoulder movements with that for a lot of golfers. So I wouldn't recommend it unless you're experienced with it. When we do customized training for people that make it through all 4 levels, we may advocate for some like backhand training where it'd be left hand leading, almost like a frisbee motion. If you think about throwing a frisbee, if you're going for maximum distance for a light object, you think about like a Frisbee throw, this is gonna be faster than that. When it gets heavy, it's much harder. So if your Frisbee weighed, 10 pounds, you would not have any luck doing this. You'd be much better off pushing and going this way. That's why we don't throw baseball like this, right? It's too heavy. But if we have essentially like a very light object, then the backhand motion can be good. But that's why we gotta be careful with the shoulder. All right, so we did our one arm. Now we're on to some exercises that we've done before, but did previously. I believe it was level 2. And the transition swings look like this. And you're gonna start out with no weights. I'm gonna try it this time with all the weights, so just for a different sort of feel for me. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swing back, and as I swing back, I'm gonna step forward and give it as much power as I can. So like this, stepping forward. And this is, loaded up. How fast can I swing it? Let's see. Pretty heavy at this weight.
11.
And again, I would do righty lefty, and then 1 weight, 2 weights, and if I want to, 3 weights. Our last exercise is going to be our step back drill, which I think you guys know by now. Again, we're gonna go like this, feet together, step back and step forward. Put it all together, it looks like this. Make sure you get a big step as you do it.
10.
There we go. So again, I'm gonna do that no weights, 1 weight, 2 weights, and if I want to, 3 weights. And that's the end of it. The last thing to do is set your baseline. So grab your driver for that. Now this is the true test of how much speed we've gained. So let's see what I got today. We're gonna do 5 of them and then average the 3 of the top 5.
113. 119. 114.
You see my balance isn't all that great as I do this, but that's okay. I'm going for max speed.
118. 119.
And that's it. What I'm gonna do is average those 3 of the top 5, or I'm sorry, kick out the outlier high and low and then average the middle 3. And that's essentially what my speed is at. And hopefully at this point you've increased a little bit. Once you've done level 4 and you're done, that's when we start doing more specialized training and we can advocate a better plan for more speed going forward. So now that you've completed that level, one thing to remember is that we offer an unlimited coaching plan, which is $249 a month, and we'll give you unlimited coaching on speed, on fitness, and on your golf mechanics. One thing I do every day, I'm a teacher, teach a lot of great players, teach a lot of beginners too. I can help you efficiently gain speed. What we do is we use a coaching platform called Coach Now, and you send me a video and I'll reply within 48 hours, usually even 24 hours, whatever it is. If you have questions about anything, golf swing related, golf game related, you'll get a response back. I'll give you some really good drills to work on and make sure your training is very efficient. So check that out on our website. Let me know if you have any questions about it. And again, it's, I think, a very good offer for those that really want to take their game to the next level and gain speed even more or hit the ball straighter.